the one who kind of pushed it to where, so when we started MMA in Texas in these days, we didn't even have gloves. It was pancrase rules. Okay. It was pancrase rules, bare knuckle to the body, but you can slap and kick the head and knee the head, which made no sense to me because my first knockout, I fucking kneed this guy in the face. But I would just hit him with a straight right hand. I probably knocked him out. But so Saul was really pushing it, and eventually we got gloves in 2006, I think, right? But so in these dark days, in Texas, when Saul was promoting these shows, these 4-man tournaments, I mean, there was no money involved in it. It was something you had to absolutely love. I mean, we did tournaments. I think I got the 4-man tournament. I think it's $200 a show, and if you win the tournament, you get like $1,000. You get $800. If you win the tournament, you get $1,000, something like that.
Yeah.
I think I had my first 3 fights. Won one, lost one, won one, lost one. I think I won my 3rd tournament. It was in Corpus Christi, Texas. I still remember, because I won both fights. And I was like, I got the money. Woo, this is a fucking $1,000. I was the richest man in the world, But, it was just so different, man, because you actually, I think, love it. Where now I think I have seen people get involved in it, and they're not really as passionate about it. I think as they portray to me, I think they're, but I can't even really put a finger on why they do it, but it's a lot easier to attain a professional license and go out and call yourself a professional than it was back then, or more commercial now. I just, whatever. I mean, the sport grew, evolves. That's eventually what happens with everything, I've just been around since the beginning of it.
Well, if you had to do it all over again, would you go back and be a boxer?
Honestly, I think I would.
I mean, you've always leaned towards striking your entire career, and the only issues you've ever really had in your career are when you've got, somebody who's a mat shark.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Listen, no. I honestly, it's funny because my former trainer, Rudy Vasquez, my first trainer, he got his red belt in Soy Karate the other night, and I was actually picked to give him. Me and he has another student who's a jiu-jitsu black belt, but we were the two elected to belt him and wrap the belt around, and I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. And my fighter Nancy Garcia went to the ceremony, and she told me because she traditionally came from Taekwondo. But anyways, I'm rambling on here.
No, it's okay.
Rudy had 2 women national champions when I met him. One amateur boxer man, a guy who was doing pretty good. He didn't win nationals, but he did pretty good locally in the regional state circuit. But Rudy, for the life of him, was pushing me to be a boxer because, he's like, you got the great makings for it, blah, 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 blah. And my nickname, The Ghost, actually came from, I did a professional box. I had a few professional boxing fights, but I just had a love for MMA because that was what I wanted to do. This is like, it's a love that just overwhelmed me. Like, man, this is cool. This is, whatever. I wrestled in high school a few years, and again, just growing up fighting, I was like, man, I can do this. So I did it, and MMA was what I had I dug my feet in the sand. That's what I wanted to do. But, boxing, yeah, I'd probably go around that route. I think just because now I look back at it now, I think from the time when I started to now, obviously Austin's not a fight town. We definitely have had, I think, more success in the boxing community as far as shows than the MMA community. Because even that one promoter that was around for a few years, he was promoting. It was never consistent. His event called Xtreme Combat, but it was never consistent. He did, I think, probably 3 shows, maybe a year, if that, but it was never consistent. So you never knew when, but. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, man. I have no regrets in my career and things that I did, the choices I made. The thing that always just haunted me was, like I said, once I started trying to burn the candle at both ends, that's where I think I really started messing up. I was not taking care of myself outside of the fight world and still trying to go out there and balance both. I was missing weight, I wasn't performing well, kind of things that are haunting me. It's like, what would have happened if I was taking care of myself. How would I have done? What would I have done? That's more than anything what's kind of bothered me. Not being unfulfilled that I didn't accomplish a lot as a fighter, because I did. But it's just not knowing what I could have done if I was really taking care of myself.
Again, you can check out Nick on the $100,000 8-man lightweight tournament, which also features Sean Merriman, which I don't understand. He's crazy. Johnny Hendricks, Brendan Ward, Phil Baroni, Chris Lieben, Christina Marks. A lot of action. Go to SinclairTix.com. Are you ready for the best part of the show? All right, we've talked enough MMA.
Okay.
Well, you've done hundreds of interviews over the last 17 years. I'm going to assume that you've done every podcast, broadcast there is.
I've done quite a few. I can't remember all of them.
Okay. So I have decided, since I'm too old for this shit, that I'm going to make this at least entertaining for me every time I talk to a fighter. And I have pulled up my list of awkward questions.
Okay.
It's at least way more interesting than hearing about the time you fought the guy who fought the guy. We can all do that.
Right.
That's about good for 30 minutes. I've come to this conclusion with fighters. It's good for about half an hour, 40 minutes. Then after that, I don't know how people get an hour and a half out of talking. It's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm jaded at this point. One too many interviews of trying to get Tito Ortiz to say more than 2 words. Ain't that the truth? What was the last thing you searched for on your phone?
Last thing I searched for on my phone. I go back and look at it. Hold on real quick. Let me check.
It's a good question.
I really don't remember. I think. No, I'm laughing because it was a song, a music video, a song I wanted to hear.
Okay, what was the song?
It's called "Yes" by LMFAO.
Okay, I'll jump out on this limb for you because I know what my browser history is. The last thing I looked up was a picture of Miguel Cotto's wife, who he's divorced from. Oh, she's gorgeous. Yeah, but I wanted to see if she had... He's divorcing her? I think they broke up, but there's like a whole thing going on where she's doing cheesecake shots on Instagram because they broke up, and he's posting weird shit. Yeah, there's something going on. I have to Google that. It is worth it. If you had to choose between going naked or having your thoughts appear in thought bubbles above your head for everyone to read, which would you choose?
Probably thought bubbles.
Ooh, it's tough. Have you? I'd have to go naked.
Yeah, I get cold easy.
That's true. Have you ever walked in? That's a tough one. Have you ever walked in on your parents doing it?
No.
Neither have I.
I'm lucky. I think my parents are divorced, so.
After you've dropped a piece of food, what is the longest time you've left it on the ground before you ate it?
Shit. Really good, man. A few seconds. I mean, I definitely know I don't get the 5-second rule every time.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't.
I'm like, oh, shit.
Have you ever peed in the pool?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I still do.
Have you ever farted in an elevator?
No, that I haven't done.
That's
rough.
Put
on my bucket list.
You got to do it in Vegas. You need a full elevator to do it. That or too much cologne are both equally as ridiculous in an elevator. Let's see. What are some of the things you think about when sitting on the toilet?
I don't really think, actually. I'm just usually scrolling through social media. I let social media just think it for me.
Did you have an imaginary friend growing up?
No.
Really?
I did not.
All right. Did you practice kissing in a mirror as a kid?
That I didn't do either.
Wow. What is your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure. Strip club. No, I was kidding.
It's not a bad one.
Yeah, right.
Well, I still have to go to...
I can't do it because my kids are probably going to
They will find this
my
in the
kids are
future.
big.
Yes.
Yeah, no, my kids are grown up, man. They're fucking big. No, guilty pleasure, man. Honestly, just beautiful women. I love beautiful women. I really like. I'm recently single, off of a 2-year relationship, and I love women.
It's a good
beautiful women.
It's a good guilty pleasure. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, like beautiful women. That's it for sure.
Strangely, mine is beautiful women, but they have something weird about them. So I like the strip clubs in Vegas where they've got like one eye pointing the other direction.
Like amputees and shit.
Yeah, well, no, not that far. I can't go that far, but maybe a third nipple is okay.
Right. Okay.
It can't be something where I go, oh, I want to look at him and go, huh? That's much better.
Yeah, I hear you.
What is your worst habit?
My worst habit. Worst habit. I guess the habit I've had since a kid. I pick my nose.
Which goes to the "Do you pick your nose?" question.
I pick my nose.
That's unbelievable.
One of my aunts used to call me Booger when I was a kid.
Nice. Well, that goes to the question: did you, as a kid, test and taste?
No. I never tasted. I just picked them and put them on the walls.
Excellent. Have you ever had a wardrobe malfunction while fighting?
Yes, actually I did. That's funny you say that because the other day, again, when I was my former trainer was getting promoted to a red belt in his Soy karate stuff, they wanted me to talk, so I went out there and spoke, and so it's a nice funny story. So how I got my nickname was I took a pro boxing fight. I go out there to fight. I didn't wear the traditional boxing growing cup, the big one. I just wore, at the time I had, I think, like 4 MMA fights, so I just wore an MMA cup, or what I would wear in MMA, like little plastic cups. Long story short, it falls out of the ring in my shorts like 4 times because the fight was literally on 2-hour notice. They called us and we went down San Antonio fought. I was wearing what I was going to wear to the gym, so I had like boxers on and then just basketball shorts. So we tried to put the cup in, to keep it in place. My trainer put duct tape on me around my waist and my legs and stuff to try to keep the cup in place. Well, it stayed in until I started sweating. Once I started sweating, the tape wouldn't stick, so the cup fell out like three times, I think, before the referee finally kicked it out. But each time it fell out, my trainer had to get it and put it back in.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. It's brutal.
How often do you wash your training gear?
As far as like my clothes or what?
Yeah, it went with undergarments, but I'm going to ask the training question because I know this question gets asked a lot about gis. But when you're training, how often do you wash your cleaning clothes, or do you like the smell of? Because when I was on the wrestling team, I liked my stuff in the locker all week. I liked it stinked up.
No, actually, I'm pretty clean. I mean, I'm actually doing laundry right now. I wash about every 3 or 4 days. I have a patio. I usually put all the wet stuff out there, let it dry, and it piles up. I have a wash machine in my apartment, and a dryer, so it makes it really convenient and easy.
All right, last question. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, my biggest pet peeve. Jesus, let's see. Golly, man, I can't think of one that I have.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty calm, man. I'm trying to think of anything that really get under my skin.
That's what I hate about sober
guys.
Oh,
fake people. Yeah, right. I was hitting it on sober. I don't really have a lot of fucking points about it.
I was going to say, how's a sober person not have any pet peeves? That's
impossible.
Dude, I was saying.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I could say, people drinking is a pet peeve. That's not my shit.
Oh,
that's not my problem.
I guarantee
like, that's there. Like, people can drink and do whatever they want. That's their deal. It's not for me. So, whatever. I'm not going to knock them for it. It's just their choice. It's just not for me.
Oh, no.
But no, I was going to say, I think fake people is my pet peeve. Fucking despise fake people. Now we're talking about it, I hate it. I've met a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Look, as a sober person, too, there's nothing worse than sitting in a meeting and hearing bullshit come out of people's mouth. The worst.
Yep.
The worst. It's one of the reasons why I don't have to go as frequently anymore. It makes me more agitated sometimes to listen to people going, are you kidding me?
They're lying. Yeah, you're bullshit. Yeah. Yeah.
Brutal. It was a pleasure talking to you, Nick. Is there anything you want to promote? Your electrical services, your gym, anything?
Ghost Electrical